Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Hodari, the world's properest and most seriousest paleoartist. First of all, I want to wish you all a very happy Year of the Dragon. Did you know that the word dragon originally meant a serpent, as in a big snake? So what better way to start the Year of the Dragon than by drawing a giant fossil snake that was just discovered and announced very recently. Now, if you have been following my art, you know that I have a soft spot for the Palaeophidae family. These were a family of marine snakes that lived from the late Cretaceous 66 million years ago to about 33 million years ago in the Eocene epoch. This is the first drawing I did of a palaeophiid back in 2011. Yes, it is constricting a shark, and no, I have no regrets. Palaeophids were the true sea serpents of the post-dinosaur age. The biggest sea snakes today can reach up to 3 meters long, or about 10 feet, but palaeophids grew much bigger. Some of them, like this Palaeophids virginianus, may have lived in a similar way to the modern-day anaconda, except in salt water, being able to slither on land but spending most of their time at sea. Others, however, seem to be adapted to life in the open ocean with laterally compressed bodies in order to propel themselves through the sea. And some studies have found that they had a much higher metabolism than modern-day reptiles. In other words, these may have been warm-blooded snakes that grew much faster than modern-day snakes and were able to keep the body temperature even in cold ocean waters. But let's go back to our protagonist. The new palaeophiid, which doesn't have a name yet, was discovered at the Cerrejón coal mine in La Guajira, Colombia. If you're into prehistoric creatures, this name will probably ring a bell. It is the same place where the largest snake known from the fossil record, Titanoboa cerrejonensis, was discovered a few years ago. Titanoboa belonged to the same family as the modern-day anaconda, the largest snake of our days. But at 13 to 15 meters long, or about 50 feet, it was so much bigger that when it was discovered, paleontologists said that if we were to keep it in captivity, we would probably have to feed it with cows. Until recently, all the fossil remains of giant snakes found at Cerrejón had been attributed to Titanoboa, but when some of those fossils were analyzed, it was found that they belonged to something different. Now, the biggest snakes of our days are the reticulated python from Southeast Asia and the green or giant anaconda from South America, both of which are known to reach up to 7 meters long, or about 22 feet. The Cerrejón sea serpent, however, was estimated at 8 meters long, or about 26 feet. To my knowledge, no one has ever produced evidence of an 8-meter long python or anaconda in recent times. Therefore, this snake was actually bigger than any alive today. That being said, it was not as big as the biggest member of its family, Palaeophids colosaios, which could reach an incredible 12 meters long or more. That is almost 40 feet long. Now that was a true sea monster. In fact, Palaeophids colosaios might be the second largest known snake from the fossil record, behind only Titanoboa itself. The fossil remains of our new Palaeophiid from Cerrejón seem to be rather rare. This might be because the palaeophiid was not living full-time in the same habitat as Titanoboa. Perhaps it preferred coastal waters and only occasionally swam into river systems and estuaries. There is little doubt, however, that the two giant serpents met occasionally, so that's why I'm drawing them together. So 60 million years ago, only 6 million years after the extinction of the giant dinosaurs, a female Titanoboa is devouring the male after mating. This is something that has been observed in modern-day anacondas. By eating the male, the female obtains valuable protein to produce her young. A few months later, she is ready to give birth. Like other boas, but unlike many other snakes, Titanoboa probably gave birth to live young. In fact, Titanoboa was so big and heavy that it probably couldn't slither on land, and instead spent all of her time in the water, where her enormous weight was not a hindrance. Did Titanoboa provide any sort of protection for her newborn young? We do not know that. It is very likely, as it happens with many modern-day reptiles, that the young Titanoboa were killed in great numbers by predators before they had a chance to reach their maximum size. And there were many potential predators in the same ecosystem, such as Carbonemis, a giant freshwater turtle up to 2 meters long, as well as large fish, crocodiles, and now we know our palaeophiid. Once again, I want to remind you that this drawing is entirely speculation. We do not have skull material from the palaeophiid, therefore we do not know what it was eating. It must have been a predator like all snakes are today. But whether it was a specialist that only ate a particular kind of prey, or an opportunist that would take any chance to devour anything smaller than itself, is something that we just don't know. Fear not, however, because the Cerrejón fossil site has actually yielded the remains of the skull of Titanoboa, and thanks to that, now we know that Titanoboa was probably eating mostly fish. So it is not impossible that cranial material of the paleophiid will be found in the foreseeable future. Then we will be one step closer to understanding these mysterious sea serpents of prehistory. And so we have reached the end of this video. I do hope that you found it enjoyable and interesting, and if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, you know the drill. Remember also to follow me on social media at Hodari Nundu, and don't forget to leave a comment. I will be keeping an eye out for those too. Until next time, never lose that sense of wonder.